Hi everyone, Jacqueline here. So today I'm going to share with you an update on my miniature rose garden. We're going to put 3 or 4 in to this bed, and we're going to prune back the salvia that I have in here and any spent blooms. We're in for a few days of rain. See, the sky's kind of strange tonight, and so we need to be prepared, and I want to get these in so they can absorb the moisture and start setting down roots to give them lots of opportunity before the fall hits and we start getting some freezing temperatures, which is usually around end of September, October, somewhere in there. It changes every year lately with our climate changing so much. So let me show you what I have and what we're going to plant today and what's happening in this bed so far. I have admittedly neglected this bed. I have not been out here at all. So I came in, I've added some manure, topsoil mix with a bit of sand, because you always add 30% sand to help with drainage. It doesn't turn it into cement if you don't overdo it. And then we're going to add the roses in. And then I mixed up some Miracle-Gro in my water can for flowering plants, which is just a general all-purpose fertilizer, which is what I'm going to use on these. And we're going to give them a bit of a fertilize before the rain sets in tomorrow. And we're doing a liquid fertilizer on them so that the foliage can absorb it, which roses love. Also, there's a bit of iron in this fertilizer, so I see a few leaves that, well, a lot of mosquitoes and bugs. I see a few that could use that topical fertilizer on them. And I'm a little sweaty, so just ignore that. And the sun is in my face. So let's get started. All right, before we get into this too much, this is what we're looking at right now. I've got a lot of whites in this area here. I need to add some color in there. You can see here a bit of pinks. The salvia is at the back of the bed right there. And then we have some yellows and stuff in this bed, some nice oranges and that. And you know, for the most part, it's looking pretty good considering I have neglected it so darn badly. So let me show you what I have for the roses that we're going to put in. Some of you have probably seen them in the last video. And then there's one that I really neglected on purpose, which is a yellow miniature rose. And it's been a week since I cut it back and it's starting to leaf. And we're going to put it in here in this area to give some yellow color. So here's 1 week of the yellow miniature rose that I cut back. And I mean, I've had this rose for months and I've really neglected it to see how far I could push it. And you can see there a little bit of brown on the stem and a stem here that has died. So I'm gonna clip that off if I can find my pruners again. I literally need to keep a pair of pruners this year in every single bed. All right, so we're gonna clip this off right there, and then we're going to tape. Then we're going to take the brown off here and right here. And you can look for a node on these, which are really small, which if you look, it's like right there. My camera will focus, and we'll just clip it there. So that's the first one we're going to put in, and we're going to put it right here. So let's start with this one and then we'll go through the rest. I've also neglected one for a couple days without watering it, and I want to show you what that looks like too, and it will come back. That's not a problem. Rose's roots are looking good, and we're going to plant her deep. We're going to put a beautiful deep pink right beside it there where I dug that last hole. Right there, just to bring in some color. I love it when they look like this. This rose is really good shape. I find pinks and oranges, whites, yellows do very well in the garden. Reds are a little tougher. And I'm going to put another one of the pink in the center here to break up this color. I did lose one rose this year and one I removed because it didn't look well. And that's just the way it goes. Sometimes that happens. All right, we're going to put another pink one, and this is a light pink right here. That was all I could find right now, was a lot of pinks, and that's okay. But I am looking for some more oranges, and I have no red in here. I just have a couple really bright orangey reds. That is it. And just, this one's really root bound. I'm just going to pull that apart. And then we're just going to slide her in here. All right, now for the last one that we're going to plant, and that is the lavender one. And when you guys seen it, it looked good. But I want to show you what happens to roses when you don't water them or you forget about them. Now, I watered all these before planting them, but look at that. The lavender was so beautiful when I got it in that prior video I showed you. But this is what happens when you don't water them. You get a lot of dead leaves in the center, which I'm just going to clean out. You can see them there. And then your flowers get ugly like that. But the rose is just fine. These guys are so tough. I'm going to get my pruner open. There we go. So what we're going to do is we're just going to take it off. And these are new pruners, so it shouldn't be a problem cutting these off. But it seems to. And some of them I'm going to take them down a little bit further. You can see. Pull off these dead leaves. Make it look nice. So that's what happens if you don't water them. So if you ever run into a situation where you forgot to water your rose, and I'm going to take this one off too at the top, just because it looks a little haggard, then give it a good soaking. Pot it up, because it's going to need potted up, because that's the problem. These are all root bound, so they dry out really, really fast. There's a lot of peat in this soil. Clean them up and give them a cut back, depending how bad they are. Like this one here, you can see it's very brown underneath. So we're just going to take that stem. And now it's ready to go in. And I bet you it's super root bound when I take it out of the pot. Let's see. And some of these are more thorny than others. Not bad, but it definitely needs a new home. So the salvias are pretty much spent. I like these salvias. These are pink low-growing salvia. I got them at Walmart, and I love them because they stay short. So they kind of draw the eye in for color before the roses go crazy and start blooming. So we're just going to come through, and I'm going to take my pruners, and I'm just going to clip them back. All right, so I'm just going to sprinkle these with a bit of the fertilizer, especially the ones I just put in. And we'll just dab the other ones. Oh, I see a tree root right there. It's disguising itself. Ugh, there we go. Now that we've gotten all the chores done that needed to be done to get this bed up to speed, let's go through it and let's have a look at the roses. And some of them are stunning and some are very fragrant. Lots of buds, lots of blooms. Something is eating these. I'm not going to worry about it. I can always buy, I think I have some insecticide that would take care of that. That won't hurt the pollinators. I might come back and do that, but I'll wait till after the rain. Look at that one, it's more of a peach. And then we have some little ones here. And I'm gonna come back and give some slow release fertilizer in this bed. I just gotta find it. Might be in the front garden. A lot of whites. This one comes out as a soft pink, turns white. You can see the light yellows. Those blooms are just about finished. Some of the pinks there. Over here, we have a nice coral. This one is just stunning. They come out as yellow. They start out as yellow, and then look what they turn into. I love that one. That has got to be my favorite. This one is interesting. It's almost like a carnation color. This is more of an orangey red, yellow, and then pink, and then a really light yellow white there. And then we have some smaller ones in the bed here, and then our yellow one there. And I'm going to put the sprinkler on for a little bit just to give these a good soaking. But doesn't that look beautiful? Now I am thinking about expanding this bed and rounding it toward the gazebo and putting a bit of a path in, and then adding more roses and turning this area into a rose garden. It's got good dynamics over here because it's got shade and it's got sun, so they get a bit of a break at this time of day from the heat of the day, but then they get the sun to help them grow and do well. And looking at these ones, some of them have been here quite a while since the first time I did a video on roses, which is what, I think this is my third year doing videos. They are doing well. Some of them are very tough. And also you will notice some of them, like this one, are bigger than the other ones. So you got different sizes in these roses, but like I'm a zone 3 climate, and these are pretty much aimed for zone 5 or 6. So that's why I have to protect them for the winter. And the odd one I may lose if I don't protect it well enough or if it struggles through the summer. But for the most part, I only lose about 1 rose a year. And this year I find things are really slow to leaf out. So I just left them alone. And that would be a recommendation for you. If they're slow to leaf out, leave them alone for a bit and then come back and just keep checking them. If they don't leaf out in a good month or so after all danger of frost and when it warms up, then you can remove them, then they're spent. But the salvia looks much better cut back, and that'll give some additional color when it flushes again. But we're seeing some really nice flowers in here, and I will add more into this bed when I find some more roses in some different colors. So thanks everyone for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. For those of you that wanted an update on the miniature rose garden, here it is. And there'll be more on this as I work toward maybe expanding this bed. We'll see how it goes this year. I have so many projects, and the rain is making it hard to keep up with the weeding that it makes it tough for me to be in 10 places at once to get things done, especially with projects. But Rob's been really helping me. So maybe this bed will get expanded. No promises yet, but it sure would be pretty if it was. And then add some more hardy roses into the garden around the gazebo. Gazebo needs some work as well, but always projects, you guys. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.